subscribe and hit the notification bell for future videos like this one. There are many ways you can lose weight. Some require you to dedicate most of your waking hours to burning of calories, exercising, and eating very small frequent meals throughout the day. Others can make it more easier for you and more effective as well. Whatever type of diet you choose to follow, the main goal should be to burn fat and maintain as much muscle as possible. What determines weight loss or weight gain is the first law of thermodynamics. The change in internal energy of a system is equal to the heat added to the system minus the work done by the system. Basically, calories in versus calories out. You can eat whatever you want and lose fat as long as you stay at a negative energy balance for the day. However, weight loss doesn't necessarily equal fat loss, and not all calories are created equally. You can lose weight at the expense of muscle tissue while staying fat because you're burning the wrong fuel source. For quality weight loss, you want to make sure that you're burning fat, not muscle. That's why intermittent fasting is so great for this. You're teaching your body to burn its own body fat stores.
Fat.
Being in a fasted state promotes the creation of ketones, which will promote satiety as well as protect you against muscle loss. There are many different types of doing intermittent fasting, but eating one meal a day is very effective for fat loss. First of all, fasting throughout the entire day will put you into quite good ketosis, which helps to mobilize your own body fat. Secondly, eating only one meal a day confines your feeding window, which helps you to feel more satiated from less food. You can eat higher calorie foods without depriving yourself of neither nutrients nor the feeling of satiety. Third, it's slightly more difficult to eat a surplus of calories if you're eating within 1 hour. Of course, it's easy to overeat 5,000 calories and get fat, but if you have even just a little bit of self-control, you should be able to avoid that quite easily. Fourth, having small meals frequently throughout the day, on the other hand, may actually make you hungrier than before. You're dieting at a caloric deficit, so you're not getting enough calories in the first place. And if you have to fit 4 very low-calorie meals into your day, then all of them will never satiate you completely. Having a single or even just 2 meals a day will fill you up a lot more and makes you less hungry. And fifth, you're not actually that hungry while fasting because you're burning your own body fat. Most hunger signals are usually associated with dehydration or boredom, but other than that, you learn to differentiate between real physiological hunger from psychological cravings. It is true that you can lose weight on whatever type of diet and whatever type of intermittent fasting schedule, but in order to lose fat really fast, you need to create a larger caloric deficit, which is so much easier and more effective to maintain on eating OMAD. The fastest way to lose a bunch of weight would be to do extended fasting for 3 to 5 days. But OMAD is definitely more sustainable and should be a part of your lifestyle after you reach your body weight goals. How fast you're gonna lose weight on OMAD depends solely on how much body weight you have to lose, how many calories you burn throughout the day, how many calories you eat during your feeding window, and what your overall metabolic rate. It's said that 1 pound of fat is about 3,500 calories, which isn't entirely true because fat tissue consists of many other things than just fat, like water. Losing 1 pound on the scale doesn't necessarily mean you've just lost 1 pound of fat or muscle. A slow and steady weight loss would require about 500 to 600 calorie deficit per day, which would help you to maintain as much muscle and burn mostly fat. If you're more fat adapted thanks to eating either keto or having practiced intermittent fasting for a long time, then you can increase your caloric deficit a lot more without suffering the negative side effects of caloric restriction that much. If your daily caloric expenditure is about 2,000 calories and you eat 1,500, that would create a 500 calorie deficit. To lose 1 pound of fat, you would have to eat 500 calories less than you burn for an entire week. However, your body is clever in the sense of it doesn't really want to lose fat, because it's supposed to be stored for famines. That's why after a few days your daily caloric expenditure will decrease slightly, and you'll be burning 1,900 calories instead of 2,000. Now you have to eat less food to keep losing weight. This can lead to some weight loss plateaus and metabolic adaptations.
Got fat.
That's why you don't want to be dieting and eating fewer calories for an extended period of time, because your metabolism will adapt and you will eventually be burning less calories. Which is also one of the reasons why you would want to lose the fat faster and to spend less time dieting, because you're going to preserve your metabolism. You're going to lose the fat fast, and then you return to a normal caloric intake. It's gonna protect against having a lower metabolism. That's why fasting and OMAD can be really good for losing the weight faster, because of thanks to having created a larger energy deficit, and then you return to a slightly higher caloric intake. You can still do OMAD, but the main idea is that you want to lose the fat as fast as possible so that your metabolism wouldn't down-regulate itself over the course of weeks and weeks of low-calorie dieting. Fortunately, time-restricted feeding and OMAD give you so much more room to play with these variables. It doesn't even have to mean that you have to stick to OMAD for the rest of your life. There are different ways of doing intermittent fasting and still gaining some of the longevity benefits as well as the fat burning benefits of fasting.